Hi, it's Ren, and I'm here to do the final walkthrough of my house for March Men's Wins. Started my master bath, and I'll show off my closet. I'm actually really happy with how my closet looks right now. I did a lot of work for my husband to go through his clothes as well. However, I didn't actually get rid of anything for him. I left stuff there for him to sort through because I don't want to make those final decisions for him. The bathroom counter has been staying pretty clear. Generally, I found that the less stuff I have on a space, the easier it is to keep less stuff on a surface. This is our master bedroom. It is also staying very clean compared to how it used to look. In here, this is our guest room. You can see we're not big fans of making beds in our house, but that is totally fine with me. We don't really get a lot of stuff in there anyway, since we don't generally use it very much. This is my son's room. He sleeps with us, so his room doesn't get a whole lot of use. So there's not, a bed and stuff in here. This is a ridiculous linen closet that I tidied up at some point when I was watching the kids take a bath. My daughter's room, she has been doing so great, making so much improvement in her room. I basically did the big purge and reset in there for her, but she has been keeping it up on her own. The kids' bathroom, actually the only reason it's not messier than it was, my son wanted to get in there and play in the sink yesterday, but I locked the door so that he couldn't play in the sink without any supervision. Kids drawing on the walls. I'm really happy that that's one of my biggest concerns these days. You can say hi.
Hi.
This is my office that I share with my husband. We each have a side. That's the clock that I painted as part of my uncluttering, turning stuff that's clutter into something that you actually like and are using instead. This is my husband's side. And this is my side of the office. I still have a whole lot of stuff down there, especially under the desk, but I've done so much work in here. There's still a lot to go, but I'm so happy with how it functions for me right now. This is the entryway. This room is a very small and controlled space, so I actually have been using it as kind of an experiment, a space that is small and easy to keep tidy. All it takes is literally just like pushing in the bins, pushing in the baskets for the shoes, and I can keep this space basically perfect. I mean, this is what I consider perfect. This is all I need. Basically perfect with just like seconds at a time. And this is the big thing, is that I've tried to get myself to start actually picking up trash like that and throwing it away. If you do nothing else, if you never deal with the hard things that you love in your house, just picking up that trash that you would have otherwise left there makes a huge difference. You see that my kids still have plenty of toys. My daughter especially doesn't really play with a whole lot of toys except just games and puzzles and her stuffed animals. So if anything, all of these stuffies are almost more of a sensory item at this point rather than toys that are played with individually. We're not trying to be minimalists. This is basically just how my kitchen looks on a typical morning right now, and it's not fancy, but I honestly just couldn't be happier with the space. Just that I walk downstairs into the kitchen and I have the space to prepare breakfast. I don't have to start my day off with getting everything ready to start my day. And this is our living room. This is our main living space. You will see that this space is not perfect. This space is actually being used on a regular basis. And so it gets cluttered. I did not do any special cleaning up or tidying before I took this video because I wanted you to see what our house actually looks like on a typical day right now. The one big difference that you may notice is that we don't have a few of the tables and chairs. We don't have any chairs in this room right now because my toddler kept climbing on them. So we've slowly had to remove anything that he can move around and climb on out of this room. And this one was a huge project here. This closet where my kids keep their art supplies and games and a lot of their books. So on the top we have like adult stuff. I didn't really touch that very much, but the kids' games and puzzles, those are mostly things for my daughter. And then the books down there, the big difference there is that we only have one layer deep of books now instead of the 2 layers deep where you could never even get to the stuff on the back. So right now, you can see that the stuff got kind of messed up there. That's because there's still too much stuff on that shelf. And actually, I went and took 2 of my daughter's biggest workbooks out of that space, and so I think it's going to make it a little bit easier to keep it tidied up. So each of my kids has a little box down there, and we've got that rolling cart with like art stuff and coloring books on it. And one last thing, my video is about to cut out because my phone died, but I moved my witchy stuff into here and actually placed my Hearth Witch stuff on the hearth, or the mantle technically. It may be hard for someone who doesn't live here to see the difference, especially since we've got like all the tables from our living room and all of our chairs and stuff moved in here because our kid won't stop climbing on them. But this is a huge difference in the amount of stuff that we have in our garage. We have a lot less stuff in our garage already, but what's more important is that most of the stuff over in that far corner there is all stuff that's gonna have to go. It's already stuff that's been decided to be decluttered. It just has to go in the car later today and go to Goodwill. So all of that stuff back there, that's all gonna be stuff that we take to Goodwill, and it's gonna get out of our house. Well, not all of it, most of it. The paint cans are all actually from the basement, so they were not in here before, but that's stuff that's not in the basement anymore. That's all old, empty or nearly empty and dried out paint cans. So there's still a lot of work to do in here, but compared to where it was, compared to the amount of work that I have done, I've done maybe half of the job, maybe only a third, but it's so much better. It's so much easier for me to find stuff because I actually put my tool stuff over there and successfully got like pantry and somewhat got household stuff over there sorted. Like I said, there's still a lot more to be done in here, but it's huge progress in the worst room in our house. So that's it. This is 31 days of decluttering and actually starting and keeping up a cleaning routine. This is what my house, for now, looks like. I fully expect that we're going to have a lot of backslides on actually keeping up with the maintaining. But the thing about decluttering is that once the stuff is gone, it's gone. Maintaining the decluttering side of things means bringing less stuff into the house. And that requires, the decluttering helps. The decluttering in the first place makes you want to bring less stuff in the house. But it also requires a whole different set of mindset challenges and changes to actually keep that up. And so that's definitely something that I am working on now as well, to just be more mindful of the money I spend on stuff, of the space in my house, and just of the environmental impact of consumerism and stuff for the sake of stuff. I am really excited to see where this goes, and I'm probably going to do an update in like a month, 6 months, a year, or whatever, to show how things hold up and how things have changed, how things do change after, the next time I get sick or we have some kind of big family emergency or something like that. I'm really excited to see how things go from here, and how even after something does happen, how difficult or easy, hopefully, it is for me to get back on track after that. So I really enjoyed doing this whole thing with you, and I hope that you've gotten something out of it too. What kind of success have you had in your own home? And remember, if you did nothing except pick up trash that you would have not normally picked up, then that counts as a win in my book. I'll see you later.